What's up, guys? It's Dan from Coin Bureau Trading, back at it again with another crypto market update. Today we've got XRP, Stellar, and Hedera. I'm sure you're all wondering what these cryptos are up to. Why are they rallying? I mean, I guess XRP is seeing a little bit of a bump. When are they going to recover? How high are they going to go? If this is the kind of content that you enjoy, then be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ping that notification bell. Before we get started, do keep in mind that nothing in this video is financial advice. It's just my personal analysis of these cryptos. Your analysis could be different, and if it is, that's awesome, because the more difference of opinion we have, the better traders, the better investors we're all going to become. So with that being said, guys, let's start out here. One thing that I suspect a lot of people have missed, just judging by the number of views on this Cointelegraph article. As a fun fact, guys, like normally any articles about like XRP or Ripple, they get a whole bunch of views, but this one for some reason has almost none, which is crazy because this is a pretty big deal. Basically, I guess as a quick background, of course, the SEC sued Ripple. Ripple basically settled that case, won the case, whatever you want to call it, and then basically the SEC appealed that outcome. And I guess what everyone has been waiting for is for the SEC to drop the appeal against like the case, especially with the new SEC leadership. And it looks like this is going to happen. Like there was some report, I think, from a journalist named Eleanor Terrett from Fox Business. She said that she was hearing that the SEC is going to drop this very soon, and obviously that's going to be very bullish for XRP, not just in the short term as a catalyst, but it also lays the groundwork for the spot XRP ETFs to be approved. The main thing that's standing in the way of that approval is this ongoing appeal, which again sounds like it's going to be dropped in the next couple of weeks. I mean, an exact timeline was not given, but it looks like it's going to happen soon. And again, that lays the groundwork for the XRP ETFs to be approved, which of course would be huge. That brings me here to the XRP chart. Of course, nothing has changed here. Since I'm actually trying to think of like when the first time is that I covered XRP with this chart. We've been basically watching the same levels here now, I think, for a couple of months. I know it's very frustrating, but again, it's not bullish. It's not bullish, but it's also not bearish, right? It's frustrating, but it's not bullish. It's not bearish. It's just been chopping in the middle. It's literally been chopping almost perfectly in a range for the last 3 months now, or 4 months, I guess, almost, which is pretty crazy. Of course, there was a rally up to the $3.5 level, which, this target is just a short-term target. I do think that XRP is going to retest that. We can see that XRP has been holding very strong around this $2 support level. Not surprising at all. That's a very strong psychological support. A lot of people are probably buying the dip there. You can even see it with the wicks. We're on the daily chart, by the way, here, guys. When you see these big wicks on the bottom of these candles, that tells you people are buying the dip. And it looks like people are buying the dip on XRP every single time it gets around this $2 level, which again makes perfect sense. I suspect that the resolution of this appeal, or dropping of this appeal, resolution of this whole situation, this whole legal situation between the SEC and Ripple, I hope will be enough to get XRP up to this resistance level, and then hopefully we'll see macro conditions improve and stuff like that causes XRP to rally even higher. But there actually is another macro factor that could cause XRP to pump, not just XRP, but crypto in general, to pump here in the next couple of days. I'll come to that at the end of the video. But before I forget, and before I get into that, I do need to mention, guys, that we do have a 20% trading fee discount on Binance. Believe it or not, but this is the biggest trading fee discount you can get on Binance. It's something we managed to secure here at the Coin Bureau. We're basically the largest crypto YouTube channel, in case you didn't know. Not this channel, but the main one. And this has really helped us secure some really, really juicy deals for our viewers. And again, these deals are completely free. And when you sign up, the exchange gets a new user. Obviously, you get a trading fee discount, and we get a cut of those trading fees. It's super simple. You can find the link down in the description. Just click the sign up now button that takes you to the page, and you're ready to rumble. It's that simple. It takes maybe like 2 or 3 minutes to set up everything, and you're ready to make an account and take advantage of that deal, which does help out. I know from experience that those trading fees do add up. Anyways, guys, moving on now to Stellar. What's really interesting here is there's been lots of promotion, of course, of the partnership between Stellar and MoneyGram, which I think has been around for a couple of years now. But I do find it very interesting that now basically members of Stellar's community are promoting the fact that you can send USDC globally with minimal KYC, which is kind of interesting, right? It's like the Stellar is, of course, very conscious of regulations and stuff like that. I just do find it funny that they're saying no bank account needed, minimal KYC, fully live on mainnet. Cash in works the same way with Cash. Anyways, guys, it's just very interesting, and I do think that that the fact that Stellar is really trying to promote the usage of USDC, I think that's a big deal, and I do think that's going to help XLM in the coming months. But yeah, key thing being, guys, especially I think like the more that I think about it, the more I realize that stablecoin regulations are probably going to be the thing that causes chains like Stellar and like XRP for that matter. I think that'll be the thing that really causes these cryptos to pump because they're really positioning themselves as like stablecoin chains, of course. XRP with RLUSD and Stellar with USDC in this case. And there has been some progress there. It sounds like the Senate could be voting on this stablecoin bill here in the next couple of days. But I guess fortunately or unfortunately, it's probably going to take, again, another couple of weeks before we see any meaningful progress there. The good news is that XLM has managed to hold this starting point. This is something I've been highlighting for I guess, a few weeks now, is that XRP, XLM, and HBAR have all been super resilient. And it's super awesome to see like that even this starting point, again, of this most recent move, that this has all been holding together. XLM is looking fine. Yes, it's been in a downtrend, since early December, but for all intents and purposes, it is basically chopping in a range, and now it's bouncing off the bottom of this range. Eventually, it'll move back up to the upper level of this range, break out to that 84-cent target, which I don't believe is the top. I do think XLM is heading much higher, and eventually we'll get there. It's not a question of if, it's just a question of when. And I do believe that we're going to see massive highs into the summer, but we should see a recovery before then. I'm hoping by the end of the month. I think it's been a month now that I've been predicting a recovery, because again, like the closer we get down to the starting point, the more it seems like, the more likely it becomes that we're going to get a bounce and a recovery, and it hasn't happened yet, which is frustrating. But again, there's nothing in this chart that is bearish, which is really good news. If you're someone who holds XRP, XLM, or HBAR for that matter, I really don't think you need to be concerned, if I'm being completely honest. Not financial advice, but I wouldn't be nervous as a holder. Anyways, guys, that brings me here to Hedera. There's been progress made on the HBAR ETF filings. The SEC basically acknowledged those. Of course, it's probably not going to come anytime soon as well. It's going to be a few months before they get approved. But regardless, I will remind for like the millionth time that HBAR has the highest chance of getting a spot ETF. This is not according to me. This is according to Bloomberg ETF analyst James Seyfarth specifically. I apologize if I'm butchering the pronunciation, but he said that HBAR was the most likely, alongside with Litecoin, to get a spot ETF. So this is something I've been watching closely, and there's slow but sure progress happening on that front, which I guess brings us here to HBAR's chart, and you can see that similarly to XLM, similarly to XRP, HBAR has been in a decline, let's say over the last month or 2 months, let's say. But again, there's nothing really too bearish here. It's approaching the starting point. It's looking it's somewhere in between, let's say, XLM and XRP. Like XRP is holding up really well, XLM not as much but still holding up, and HBAR somewhere here in the middle. And yeah, it's the one, again, personally, that I'm the most bullish on. I do think that it has the most potential to surprise to the upside, and everything in this chart looks completely fine. It's going to take some time, I guess, again, for it to get back up to, grind its way back up to this resistance level, which again, I'm hoping that this is something that occurs by the end of the month as a result of improving macro conditions. And hopefully there'll be some other bullish catalysts on the horizon for Hedera, maybe stuff related to the ETFs or otherwise, that serves as kind of like the spark that starts the fire, that gets it up to this resistance, up to this 55-cent target and beyond. I don't think 55 cents is the top. I do believe that HBAR is going to be heading much higher. But again, like if you hold XLM or XRP or HBAR, everything in this chart looks completely fine. The chart's like way better than any other altcoins that are out there. And yeah, guys, let's just say, like, I wish I had bought some of these and held on to them, if that makes any sense. I guess that's a nice segue here, guys, to the Coin Bureau Club. That's where we do deep dives into promising small caps and mid caps. We have covered a few altcoins in like XRP and Stellar's and Hedera's ecosystem. Hopefully, we'll cover more of those in the future. The way that we pick those altcoins is we do a weekly altcoin review polls. The way that we pick the altcoins in the polls is based on the combination of our research and the suggestions of our members. Whichever altcoin wins is the one that we review. We have a research feed where you can find basically the type of alpha that I'm sharing at the end of these videos is the type of stuff that I'm sharing, as well as other members of the Coin Bureau team. We showcase our personal portfolios as well as which cryptos we're considering adding. We have an exclusive deals page where you can find discounts on crypto analytics platforms and stuff like that. And we do have a members Discord where we have a really strong community and like a tight knit group of a few thousand people that have been keeping their heads down and doing their research and accumulating altcoins and in preparation for that final leg higher, which I believe is coming over the summer or sometime later this year. Anyways, guys, this brings me to today's alpha, and it's something that I think a lot of people are overlooking. What's really interesting is that basically, and again, not to get too much into geopolitics, but as some of you might have heard, there's like basically some progress being made on a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine, and Ukraine kind of, let's say, like agreed to these terms or whatever they are. You know, no one knows the exact terms, but Ukraine agreed, and now they're waiting for Russia to agree. And it's assumed that Russia will agree once Ukrainian forces have left this region of Russia called Kursk. Like the Ukrainians basically went in and they took this region to try and like basically have additional bargaining power, let's say, in the event of peace deals. And what's really interesting is that now Ukrainian forces are withdrawing from Kursk, which suggests that that Russia could be open now to actually doing a ceasefire talk. You know, is that going to happen today or tomorrow? I don't know, but I have listened to a bunch of reports about how basically U.S. officials are currently traveling to Moscow to meet with Russian officials, and they're going to hammer everything out, and we'll see, you know, what happens. And hopefully by the end of the week we get a ceasefire. That would be huge, and I do think that would cause a huge rally in crypto and in the markets. Even just Ukraine agreeing to that side of the deal seems to have marked the bottom in the crypto market a couple days ago. So we'll see how that goes, and you know, hopefully you do find that information helpful. If you did enjoy the video, then be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, ping that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one.